play harmonium first?
Yeah, maybe Jaya Radha.
Shall I put the table? You want to put it on this table? Right.
Can you check that language also?
Sure.
I think
You want me to put it on this table? You can play like that. Here, people.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming and participating in our case. We have a very first time. Giving a class. Let's, all perhaps already know the Lokal Maharaj. It's a personal honor and personally very grateful that she has agreed that she will give a first. Sorry, is this first time you're sitting first also? Or no?
Yes, yes.
Also first time?
Yeah.
All in Amsterdam. So let's welcome Chitravalika by very lovely chanting mantra so that she'll be actually inspired to move here very, very soon. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now a little bit louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll throw it on the PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not too complex.
No.
There was a remote control here. Did you see my nature? Okay.
Can you just Haribol, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and to be invited here to speak. There's so many senior devotees, senior to me in the room, so I ask for your blessings to say something useful, something inspiring for everyone. I thought it would be nice to start with Jaya Radha Madhava, and then afterwards we go more.
What was the name again?
The OBS.
Again like this? Maybe.
Yeah. Let's start with some prayers. Go on. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sundari Vasyachare Shatarine Shri Advaita Radha Shivasari Gauravata Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. One last one. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Haribol. Okay, let's start. I'm super happy to be here and to share something with you today. Hopefully something inspiring. I heard it's one of the last lectures of this year. No? Because there's
Yeah, and then you'll have the next week.
yeah. So hopefully it's going to be a nice get together. This month is a very special month because it's the month of Gita Jayanti. So the advent of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. More than 5,000 years ago, Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And we're having this huge festival to try and spread as many Bhagavad Gitas as we can this month. We're almost there, actually. No, halfway. Halfway, 50%, so it's going well. So I thought maybe today it's nice to speak something on the Bhagavad Gita so we can deepen our meditation. Yeah. So the very first time I ever heard about the Bhagavad Gita was in India. I was traveling to India, I think 4 years ago, and I went to the Govardhan Eco Village. Some of you have been there? Govardhan Eco Village? Mumbai? Yeah? Somewhat? We love you most. You're right. So you go out of this big city of Mumbai, full of smog and huge buildings and I don't know what. You drive for 2 or 3 hours and you come into this valley. There are mountains and inside there's a sort of jungle-ish area, and they built an eco village there. So I didn't know anything about Bhakti or Gita or Krishna even. I never even heard his name, and I come into this eco village. Everything is, about Krishna. So I see all these paintings on the wall of these demigods, Shiva and Ganesh, and I don't know what. And I think, I studied Greek and Latin in high school, and I was like, time has stopped here. It's like, they're in the Greek era, back where the Romans were living, because they also had all these demigods, and I thought, what is this? I didn't feel so, that they were progressive or anything. So I was there to do some Ayurvedic treatment. So every day I would go to this Ayurvedic building center, and I would get treatments there. And before a treatment, you have to wait. And I was sitting every day in front of someone else who's also waiting for the treatment. And every day, I think Krishna planted them there for me, was a monk who was living there. So the first day, there's this monk, and I go into a conversation with him, and I ask him, so what did you do before you came here, and lived here? And he said, I was a private cardiologist. And I'm like, okay, well, that's quite a high profession with lots of money, So like, okay, this is some high-class person you sitting in front of me. And then he said, and then I gave everything up and I came to live here. I'm like, what? I don't understand, 2 hours away from the big city, what do you have to do here? There's nothing here. So next day, again, someone sitting in front of me, and I asked him the same question. I asked him, what did you do before you came and lived here? He said, I was a scientist. At NASA. And I was like, what? Because I was like, science, this is it. So there's this person from NASA here, and then he said, I gave everything and I came to, to live here. And I'm like, okay, something is going on here. I don't know what it is, but there's something here. here. So I asked him, what is your secret? What is happening here? He said, we are studying Bhagavad Gita. I'm like, okay, what's that? So like every hotel room has a Bible here in the West. Every room there had the Bhagavad Gita. So I think the Bhagavad Gita was reading it, didn't understand anything happening. And then we had a yoga teacher training. And there, the philosophy, they gave us some of the philosophy, and I was like, wow, this is answering some of my questions, but I was really critical, so asking them, what about this? What about that? But my teacher, he was so good, he answered every single question I had. And in the end, I was like, in Dutch we say, met een mond vol tanden, like with a mouth full of teeth, nothing else. So, okay. And suddenly, it was so much information, my brain sort of, it crashed, but it went to my heart. And it began to feel, this is what they mean. This sort of transformation happened in me. And so I started a Bhagavad Gita course. I wanted to do more. And after that, I did one more Bhagavad Gita course, the same one. And after that, I did it one more time. I did it 3 times in a row. Because the Bhagavad Gita is so special. It's not like normal knowledge. If you have normal books, it's like, okay, you start somewhere, you don't know anything, and then you read the book, and at the end of the book, you know something, That's like, it's a straight line. But with the Bhagavad Gita, it's different. It's like a circle. It's like, you start somewhere, then you read Bhagavad Gita, you get through the teachings, then you come back to the beginning, and something has changed. You start at the same point, but your consciousness has transformed. And then when you read it again, and then you go deeper into the circle, and again the consciousness is even more transformed. So this is why people mostly in the beginning, before reading, or when they start reading Bhagavad Gita, they have a lot of aversion to the book, because you cannot read it without transforming. Something is gonna happen inside of you. And this is also a nice difference between what is happening in the world now with schools and when we teach spiritual science. Because in these old schools, they try to reform us. They try to make us in something different, something better. And all these Vedic scriptures, they try to get out what's already inside of us, get it out. So it's like a difference between transformation and reformation. My teacher, he gave a really nice example. He said, imagine you have a block of ice, big block of ice, and you take it outside of the fridge. And you take your tools and you're going to make a nice sculpture out of it. Like a swan or an angel, you make something, So you take your external tools and you make it into something beautiful. That is what we're trying to do when kids go to school in this society. We plant them in the school, we hope the teachers teach them something that have to go in their mind, create some qualities to do something in the world. But Bhagavad Gita and these Vedic scriptures, they are different. It's like taking that same block of ice, then placing it in its natural environment. What will happen? It will melt. It will go back to its natural position. And this is what Bhagavad Gita will also try and do for us. It places us actually in our normal conditions, the conditions that are there for the soul, the natural habitat of the soul. And so the ice around our heart will slowly melt, and we again become ourselves. And all the knowledge that is inside of us, it will come outside. We don't have to do anything or remember anything. It will come by itself, even though we don't maybe experience that now. But it's a big difference. So Bhagavad Gita is a beautiful book. If I would ask you, fill in the blank. Bhagavad Gita is a book of blank. What would you say?
Blank.
Book of wisdom. Book of wisdom, yeah. More. Book of
Clarification.
clarification, yeah.
Inspiration.
Inspiration, nice. More.
It's a book of Krishna.
Book of Krishna, yeah. Book of Dharma. They also say book of choices. You said book of surrender. Yeah, and actually that was the one I was looking for. Good. We didn't rehearse this. But that's what I wanted to speak about today. The Bhagavad Gita is a book of surrender. Actually, throughout the Gita, there are various verses that are about surrender. One in the beginning, a very prominent one in the middle, and one in the end. And they guide us through different levels of surrender, even deeper level of surrender. So, does someone know any of these levels? Something comes to mind, or any verse comes to mind?
1866.
Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, 1866.
And the one where Arjuna declares himself to become a disciple.
Yeah, that's the first one.
one.
Yeah, that's 2.17, where he says, and now I'm a soul surrendered unto you. So he surrenders unto a teacher. That's the first level of surrender, that we surrender to a teacher for guidance, for help on the path. The second one is maybe a little difficult. It's surrender to the process of bhakti. We will see which verse belongs to that later. And then in the end, we finally, when we did that, we surrendered to the teacher, we surrendered to the process, and then we can surrender fully to Krishna. So today we'll go through these three. Hopefully you find that okay, inspiring. Yeah? and then you see where we end up. So I have a few. I'll try the Sanskrit. Let's see how it goes. Karpanya doso mahata swabhava prichami tvam dharma samudha cheta yakshreya mishitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanam. This is 2.7. The translation goes as follows. Now I am confused about my duty, and I have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple, and I am a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So this is the very beginning of Bhagavad Gita. You know, he's standing in the battlefield, he's standing across all of the people he loves, actually, somewhere. He sees his teachers, he sees his grandfathers, his uncles, his nephews. Everyone is there. And he needs to fight them, he needs to kill them. And maybe that's a beetje ver van ons bed show, like a show that's something that's far from us now. So I tried to come up with an example that makes it more modern, in a modern context. So is there any policemen in the room? No? Good. Okay. So imagine you're a policeman, you're a policeman, and you're in your car, you're waiting for something to do, and suddenly they call you, and they say, you're the car closest to the school which is being shot. There's someone who's walking through the school with a gun, and you have to go there, So you go there as fast as you can. You put them on, you go there. And then you see, once you arrive in school, you just see this guy who was there in the school shooting people. You see him with his gun running away. So of course you start running behind him. And at some point after a long, you catch him. You pull him at his, how do you say this? What is that in English? This black thing, they have, the thieves have. So you put it out, you put it off his head, and what happens? You see, it is your son. Someone you deeply love and care about. And you know that if you hand him in, he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life, probably. So this is a situation, a dilemma that we cannot get out of. On the one hand, you love him, it's your own son, it's your flesh and blood. And on the other hand, he did something so evil that you cannot ignore it. So this is the position that Arjuna was in. He was in front of all his family members who did something so deeply evil. But on the other hand, he loved them. So he didn't know what to do. So he was completely perplexed. He was confused. He didn't know what to do anymore. So he sort of dropped everything and he turned his head towards Krishna. And this is the first type of surrender. When we come in a situation where we feel there's such a big dilemma or confusion or a big obstacle, we don't know what to do anymore, then there's a little openness in our hearts to ask for help, to seek help, to ask for guidance. So this is the first type of surrender that we do. When a spiritual master comes to us, or actually we go mostly to the spiritual master, or the spiritual master comes to us when we are ready. So there's also a nice story, maybe some of you know, there's an allegory of the cave. It tells the story of the spiritual master, Plato. Yeah, Plato. So imagine you're in a cave, and you have never been anywhere else. You were born in the cave, you had your puberty
security in the cave, you're there, you know. So you are chained. Sorry, I have a lot of little bad examples. So you are chained around your wrists, around your feet, around your waist, around your neck. You cannot move. You can just look at the wall of the cave. And together with some of your friends. And in the back there's a fire. And this fire lights up this wall. So every time someone passes behind you, you cannot turn your head, but you can see the shadow on the wall. So imagine a horse is walking past. You just see the shadow of a horse. You know? Someone is walking past with a big bottle of, or how you say, pot of water. You see just the shapes, the shadows on the wall. And that's all you've ever seen your whole life. Imagine one day, one of these chains breaks and you're able to free yourself. What do? You run towards, the outside of the cave. You run towards the light. So what happens first? Once you put your first step out of the cave, what happens?
Your eyes hurt because of the too much light.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you cannot see anything because your whole life you just were in the dark, in this dark cave, and suddenly there's the sun. So first of all, you're confused and you don't know what's happening, but then slowly shapes are evolving, and you see not a shadow of a horse, you see a real horse. It has texture, it has color, it has depth to it, it has a feeling, it has a smell. You see this whole different world opening up. You see the leaves, the different colors of the leaves, you see the trees, you feel the wind. Then what do? Next. This whole new reality opens. What do?
You want to tell your friends about it.
Yeah, you turn around, you go and tell your friends, hello, what are you doing? You're looking at shadows on the wall. This is not real. Come with me, I'll show you the real world. It has colors, it has smells, it has texture, it has everything. So you try to convince them, please come with me. First thing your friends say, he lost his mind, he's nuts. What is he? Did he take some mushrooms? He's out of his mind. This is not real. Let us be. Go do your thing. It's great that you have that amazing idea of the world, but this is what is reality. This is what we've known our whole lives. Everyone knows this. This is it. Please go somewhere else. This is 99% of the people, when they come also in contact with spiritual knowledge. They don't want to hear because it breaks down every fundament of what they've built their lives on. But maybe there's this one person, and he thinks, is this all? The shadows on the wall, is it all? So he has a little bit of trust, and he surrenders a little bit to this person who comes to him, and he follows him. This is the first type of surrender. When someone comes to us who has seen a deeper truth, or when we need it, and we take a few steps following this person. This shows also that surrender is not a process of falling down on your knees. Oh, now I am surrendered, and that's it for the rest of your life. No, surrender is actually something active. You have to walk the path yourself. You have to walk outside of the cave. And you also have to use your intelligence to get there. It's not that you now have to, cut the cords here and say, oh, I'm surrendered to this amazing teacher, and now I don't have to make any choices anymore by myself. No, Prabhupada showed us that too, because Prabhupada, he got one amazing instruction from his spiritual master: go to the West, preach this. And then Prabhupada wasn't like, okay, now I know it, and I surrender to your instruction, and then he was in Dandavats for the rest of his life. No, he did the exact opposite. He went across the ocean. His whole life, all these final years of his life, he spent in doing active service for Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So surrender, or even if it's to a person, it is not that you outsource your responsibility and put off your brain. It is active, using your brain, using your intelligence, and actively doing something. So that was the first type of surrender. Then we can go a little deeper. And we go to the middle of the Bhagavad Gita. Because this teacher or the person that we go to, that we seek help from, he'll give us a certain process. Right? And this is the second type of surrender. Surrender to the process. So this is 7.40. Daivish, You can if you want.
probably that
Naive
makes
is
sense.
something.
Huh? Yeah. Daivesha gunamai mamma maya duratyaya mammevaye prapadyante mayametam parantite. Translation. Actually, this is a verse that Krishna speaks. He says, this divine energy of mine, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who are surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. One more time. So he says, this divine energy of mine, matter, the three modes of material nature, is very difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So the important word in the shloka is guna mayi. Guna means the qualities, right? Rajas, tamas, sattva. But it means also, other translation? Rope. Yeah, it means rope. Guna means rope. And mayi means illusion. So guna mayi are the ropes of illusion. And unfortunately, we are now tied by the ropes of illusion. Yeah. It happened. Yeah. So we are tied by the ropes of illusion at this point. And illusion is a tricky business. If you want to create an illusion, it's difficult. And if there's an illusion and you're absorbed in it, it's also difficult. For instance, if you want to create an illusion, let's say you want to make a video, you want to make a movie, and you want to show some magic, you know? I can go out on the street and take a Harry Potter wand or something and then put some special effects and try that it's going to be an illusion that I'm really doing magic. Not many people are going to believe my video, and they're not going to be absorbed in it, and they're going to be bored if it's fake, you know? So that's why in Harry Potter, thousands, I don't know, millions of dollars are spent to create a good illusion. So many people working that this is really going to be a good illusion, you know? And then we get absorbed in this illusion. When it's a good illusion, we get absorbed. Any addictions here? Suits. What else? What? Netflix series. We get absorbed. What? Suits is a Netflix series. I don't know, Stranger Things. Maybe there's some series that you get caught up in, you know. Or even when you're watching a movie, you know. Sometimes you get caught up in a movie. And when this movie starts in a battling someone, even your heart rate goes up, you know? You think you are that main person because you get so caught up in it. But when you feel that you have to go to the toilet, you snap out of the illusion. Or when someone says, you want some more crisps, you want some, not cola, you want some popcorn, yeah. then you snap out of this illusion and it's gone. So the illusions in this world are there. They take us with them, but they are not so strong. Imagine Krishna making an illusion. Krishna is the best at everything. He's the most powerful. He's the most knowledgeable. He knows what you like. He knows what you get absorbed in, you know. Krishna can make the best illusion. And there's no snapping out of it. If Krishna makes an illusion for you, impossible. You cannot get out of it. You know, it's going to be the best illusion that is there ever to be experienced. And so we are actually now caught up in the best illusion Krishna ever created, namely the illusion of separatedness, the illusion of this material world, the illusion that we are not more than this material body. The illusion that I am the doer of every action. You know, I'm the one who is, you know, going through this world, making it happen for myself, manifesting this. And there's no creator. There's not someone guiding me. I'm not part of something bigger. This is all an illusion that Krishna created for us. Because we wanted that, actually. We wanted to be without him. So he created this illusion for us. So it seems that if this illusion is so strong, does Krishna want us to fail? I thought Krishna wanted me with him. You know, why then is he making it so hard to escape this illusion? It's like this world is made for me to fail as a soul, to never find my way back home. That's like how it sometimes feels, right? So that's like an exam. When you have an exam, you have multiple choice questions. You have A, B, C, D, E. And 80% of these questions, they're wrong.
right? There's only one option. Haribol. So 80% of these multiple choice questions, they're going to be wrong. You know, are you going to say to your teacher, "What? You made this test for me just so that I could fail"? No, the test is there just for you so you can learn how to use your intelligence and choose the right option, you know, to study and to succeed. The test is there for you to succeed, not to fail. Similarly, 80%, maybe more, maybe 99.99999% of this world is made for the souls to experiment. You know, the souls wanted to enjoy this material world, so this sort of stage was made for us so we can go and experiment with this material energy, try to find our happiness without Krishna. That's 99.999% what the world is doing and what we use the world for. But there's this other one option, the 1%, and that is that this world is also there for redirection. It's there to redirect us, to find our way back home, back where we belong, where the soul belongs. And that is where the illusion needs to be conquered. In the other area, the illusion is needed, otherwise we cannot successfully be in that plane. But when we want to conquer the illusory energy, then what do we need to do? We need to do something, you know? Okay, so we have used our intelligence. We've seen, okay, there's one path that will lead me back home, so I'll choose that. But then what? Then it even, you think it's the end, but then it starts. The path is starting for us, and we need to go and do something. For so many lives, we have lived in a world that is nice for our ego. Our ego could flourish, you know, and the soul could go to sleep. So the ego was very active, and the soul was sleeping, was passive. Now the roles need to change. When we surrender, the ego needs to surrender, needs to become passive, more and more passive, and the soul needs to become alive and again. So it's again not a process of, now I surrender to bhakti, now I'm a bhakta, and I go and lay in dandavats. No, it's actually acting. It's not acting as in film movie star, but actively doing something. Keshava Swami had a nice formula. The ABCD of Bhakti. What does the A stand for? Association, yeah. So right association with people around us, to have the right company that can inspire us, but also associating with mode of goodness, with sattva good. Because when we do that, we can also create that sattva good inside of us, and it will give us the strength to conquer that illusory energy. And then B? Burfies. I wish. Bhakti? No? Books! Books! Of course, books! Distributing books! Books! Distributing, reading, studying, everything to do with books. Then C? Chanting, yes. D? 2 for the D?
Devotion.
No? In action.
Diet.
The right diet. You saw this lecture. Yeah. Diet. So eating prasadam only, because with every bite we will purify our whole system. And deity, worshipping the deity at home or in the temple. So this is like ABCD of bhakti. And actually, in this process of bhakti, it's not about becoming. It is not about becoming perfect, but it's about making progress. Actually, I heard this amazing story in a lecture about the gopis. You know, the gopis, they were bathing and they were naked, and then they heard Krishna is coming. You know, Krishna is on his way. So they go out of the water, they try to, you know, put their clothes on very fast to look for Krishna. But what happened? In the rush, just because they were so blinded by, we want Krishna, we go to Krishna, they put their skirts on their heads, they put their undergarments on their arms, you know, they looked completely out of it. They were actually imperfect. But in the spiritual world, that imperfection is even more perfect than perfection. because Krishna could see that in that imperfection was so much love. They didn't look amazingly properly, you know, but in that imperfection, the garments on their head, the skirts on their head, he could see their love. So also for us, we can never be completely perfect in our practice of bhakti. It's not possible in this life, maybe. But we can make progress, we can try, and Krishna will see our sincerity and he will love that and then give also something to us. So that's the second one. First one, surrender in order to receive guidance, to seek help. The second one, surrender to the process of bhakti to gain strength in order to overcome this illusion. And then we go to the last one, the big one. And you guessed it, it was 1866. You know the Sanskrit?
Sarvadharman parijata, mam kam saranaraja. Ham tvam sarva papiyo, nakshayisham sucha.
Jai Ho, yes. Very famous one, eh? So the translation goes, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. We could say, why didn't Krishna just say this in the first place? He could just have said in the first chapter, you know, why all these difficult philosophy and dharma and karma and fruitive activities and gunas, and he could have just said in a you know, Arjuna, you know what, just leave everything and just do what I say. You know, I say this, you do it, that's it. But he didn't. Why? Question to you. Why did he do that? Yeah, to give him choice. Yeah, and also to show him, choice. We have choice when we have intelligence. Actually, we needed all this to understand what it means to really deeply surrender. That it is not something, okay, I throw my hands up in the air, now I surrender and just do what someone else says. It's blind. That is blind surrender. But we need intellectual surrender. We need to give our full hearts, but it can only be if we truly understand what we're actually doing. So he waited on with that till the end. There are two important words in this verse. The first one is sharanam. And of course, sharanam is translated with the word surrender. But when Mahaprabhu was here, he said also something very nice, like another translation of that word. To seek shelter, to actively seek shelter. And where better can we seek shelter than in Krishna? You know, now we seek shelter in our boss for some money, or in our house, or I don't know, wherever we seek shelter, in food. But Krishna, he is all compassionate. He is all powerful. You know, he has all the strength. He knows past, present, and future. He knows what is deep within your heart. He knows you even better than you know yourself. So who better than to him can we surrender? Because he has everything to give to us, right? So actually surrender is very natural to us. We see it in little kids. Little kids, they are completely surrendered to their parents. And the parents, out of love, they provide their kids with everything. You know, they provide for them food, clothes, shelter, but also protection. They protect them. If the kid is walking towards the fire, say, no, stop. And the kid's like, no, but I want to go to this fire and I want to experience what it is. But the mom says, no. You know, out of love, she protects. So also, if we surrender to Krishna, who is not limited, who has everything, he will also provide for us. He will also protect us. And even maybe it sometimes goes against what we want. We reach for something, some longing, and we're almost there, and then Krishna, tack! I was like, Krishna! But actually, it's good for us in the long run, even though we don't know it yet. You know? So, Krishna will do that too. He will, like a mom and dad, protect and provide for the child. Krishna will do that for us too once we have surrendered unto him. And actually, devotional surrender is very different than material surrender. In material surrender, we could say, you know, when you're on the battlefield, you fall upon your knees, and because you are too weak to slay the opponent, you know, you fall to your knees and you think, oh no, you're sort of forced to surrender. And then, as a consequence, you don't know what's going to happen to you. because the enemy now has you and he's going to determine what to do with you. So it has a sort of negative taste. And this is what we also take with us when we go to devotional life. We also have this negative taste of what surrender means. But actually, devotional surrender is different. Why? Because as a cause, it is not caused because you're forced, because you're too weak to do it yourself or to win. And that's why you're forced to surrender. No, actually, devotional surrender is voluntarily and it is out of love. When I love someone, I surrender unto them. If I love my partner, I'll say, hopefully, I don't know if you experience this in your life, your wish is my command. So that's what we say to our partners, If they say, I would love a chocolate pie, you're not going to go to them and give them some soup because you like soup. So you're going to bring them soup. No. To make them satisfied, you're going to bring them that chocolate cake, So you're going to do what they like, what they want. You surrender onto their wishes and you put your own plans aside. Jesus also really said it nicely. He said, may thy will be done, not mine. I thought it was a very powerful one. So, and what is then the consequence of surrendering into love? The consequence is that you have the best possible future you could ever wish for. Because Krishna has everything. And he wants to give you everything. He has everything to give to you. So that's the beauty, and that's the difference with devotional surrender. Krishna is our ever well-wisher. And actually, he loves us too much. So he sort of slightly even forces us to surrender. Because if we don't surrender in dandavats, horizontally down, facing downwards, he forces us that we surrender facing upwards at the time of death. So in the shape of time, he anyway makes us surrender because he loves us too much to not have us with him. So the last word, and I will end with this, that is important in this verse, it comes actually right after the Sharanam word, is Vraja. So it's Sharanam Vraja. And of course we know Vraja as Vrindavan, as the place where Krishna was with his pastimes, his home. But actually here there's an interesting translation. The translation of the word Vraja is to go. It's a verb. It's actually a verb, to go. So Vraja we can translate as to go or to walk. So how you can put this or together is to walk with Krishna. That is Vraja. So often you hear Vraj is not a place, it's a state of consciousness. You hear this, right? What does it actually mean? It means that Vraja, when we look at the word, it means to walk with Krishna. So when you walk with Krishna, you are in Vraj. That's why everyone in Vrindavan, in Vraj, they are always walking with Krishna. So Vraj is within them. But we can even be here and walk with Krishna because we are surrendered to him. And then we will always be in Vraj. So this was what I wanted to share with you today. Maybe there are some additions or something you would like to share. We have 10 minutes left.
Well, if there's space for that, there were two little points that came to my mind. In the beginning, you spoke about the power of illusion, how easily we can be illusion, how difficult this will come out of. I was reminded of a nice example that I heard when I studied psychology. In Japan, they developed the glasses that makes the world look upside down.
Uh-huh.
Now, if a person puts it on, first of all, he's a little confused, might become dizzy, but then the internal system adapts, and actually you start seeing things normally. So that shows how easily we actually can take the illusion for real. So we adapt, but then the funny thing is that when they put off the glasses, they see the world upside down. So there was some conditioning.
Yeah, and also the imperfection of our senses,
Yeah, it shows that, but also how easily we actually grow into the illusion
Adjust to it.
adjust to it.
Yeah.
Take it make it look real to us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I heard something interesting also. I think it was from Chaitanya Charampagu, and he was saying how illusion is not in the object, but it's what we make of the object. So the object itself is not the thing that creates desire or that creates lust or whatever, but it's actually the illusion that we have that that object will bring us something. That is the illusion itself. So it's not in the actual physical thing, but it's what we make out of it that's keeping us in the illusion. Yeah. Some other things or things you want to add or some points?
I cannot believe that you only 4 years ago you said you went to India. This is and you're now getting teaching here and you know that's really. So this is a past life memory probably for you. You have. I am struggling myself sometimes. Well, more than sometimes with illusion. And I just want to know everybody or someone who wants to respond that, for example, the other day I went with my father. My father is old. I'm not doing Christmas with the movement and let them do, but then instead I went for some whatever Santa market and then the Santa Ron and I still think that people are drinking and they have like Christmas tree and this, it looks nice and I need to have friends to sit there to enjoy restaurants it looks so nice and I think there's something wrong with me but if I go there people are smoking or they smell or a lot of things I cannot eat, you know. I will not maybe not be happy or maybe I will be happy but a little bit. But I always think I miss out, you know, FOMO, the fear of missing out some. And I don't. When I'm here, I don't have it at all. Whenever I'm in the normal or like normal world. So how do you all like deal with it? What is it? You already accepted that you're not into this so-called conditioned world.
Yeah.
Or you make like you joke a little bit around and then you go back to your practice. What is your way?
I could share something that how it is with me. When I was making this travel, you know, and I came to the Golden Eco Village, afterwards I had something else planned. I was gonna do some Kung Fu. I did Kung Fu retreat, and after that I did Buddhist meditation Vipassana retreat, and after that I did silent retreat, and after that I was traveling in New Zealand with the van. So when I was in the Kung Fu retreat, because everyone was so, you know, fired up about this Kung Fu stuff, my desires were, I want to be the best Kung Fu master that's going to be on this planet Earth. You know, I was going to be like, I want my body ripped, I want the abs, I want to punch someone, you know. That were my desires. Then I went to the yoga retreat. Then, because everyone was there, my desires became, I want to be as flexible as can be. I want to put my head thing there, you know, put it there. I want to keep my breath in pranayama and, you know, not breathe for 1 hour. And then I went to travel in New Zealand with my van. And then I saw all these other travelers, and then my desires were, I want to have an Instagram account with the best travel pictures and videos there can be, you know. So I noticed everywhere I came, because of the people that I was surrounded with and what was driving them, that went to drive me.
Yeah.
And when I was alone, I was like, when I don't hear all these voices of all these other people around me, what am I? What do I actually want? You know? And so I saw that all these things, they are fleeting, they're passing by. You know, you have something and it goes away. Keshava Swami, he said, with material happiness, you have a little bit of a problem, actually a fourfold problem. The first problem is you want something, you cannot get it. The second problem is you want something, you can get it, the moment you get it, you lose it. Then you get it, you can hold the happiness for a little while, but then it fades. Or you get it, and it is not what you expected it to be. You know? So you have all these four things with material happiness. I think once we deeply realize that, the impact of
the people around us, then hearing again the own voice of our soul, not the voice of the mind, but of the soul, what the soul really wants, and experiencing that actually material happiness for the soul, it is like gasoline. Like the body is the car, and we are the one behind the wheel. The car needs fuel, needs gasoline, but the soul doesn't need gasoline, it needs pizza, right? So it needs like a sandwich, it needs some real food. And at some point, when we keep feeding our soul gasoline, it's not going to be happy in the long run. And even though other people make it seem like it's making them happy, you know? So, yeah, I think it's a twofold thing, that who you surround yourself with, that's what you automatically also get inside of yourself. And once you realize the truth, or you see with the eyes of eternity, you see this world through the eyes of eternity. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. We're not the process of renouncing things, right? We keep doing these things just linked to Krishna. So we make each other dinner, we go and have fun with groups of friends, we go on vacation to various temples. We have all these things just linked to Krishna because we surrender ourselves to devotees, and we all do these things. We have nice dinners, we go on outings, and all these things, but just devotees. So, yeah, I think association is very important. It's not like ultimately, we just add Krishna, and then at some point it becomes so nice that we leave other things for it. Before that, it's not like you're required to leave things that you're not ready to leave. I guess it's an automatic thing. It's just an automatic byproduct of the process.
Yeah, next point, like transforming what you already have instead of like cutting it out completely. Yeah.
Yeah, the example for that is that what I heard is that if you try to cut your nails before they're actually ready to be cut, it is very painful and the whole day will be in pain. But when it is long enough, you cut it without thinking. But when we're done, like you say, Paula, when we're ready to renounce something because it's replaced with something more satisfying, then it's not difficult.
Yeah, well, I had like the opposite. Like I think I should go back to that material. Because I think something wrong is with it. That's it's because of you become what you surround. Because I had that too. When I was doing sports, I wanted to be the sport, and I was thinking, I want that, and maybe I should. So I very much. That's why for me association is very important. Yeah. Okay.
All these nice answers. Just one thing I want to add is, bringing up children, people say, they can eat meat now and later they can choose. And I'm like, but you're already making a choice for them. So we bring them up atheistic and later they can choose a religion. But you already conditioned them to be atheistic. Because we're very small, and so it's tiny, we'll be always under some influence. And then you put it under the right influence, and then it's easier to follow the path you've chosen.
Thank you so much. One last one?
One more question. I kind of haven't answered myself, but I still probably ask. Is surrender a gradual process, or it can also be like snap? Because one thing I have the answer, because I know humanly, technically, snap is not possible because of the mind. But it is still possible. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's multiple factors who act upon that. I think it acts also upon what did you do your last life. Then maybe now you start at an advantage, and maybe for you it goes much quicker because you left off somewhere in your past life. For some people, maybe they're starting in this life, so then the process is maybe more gradual. But for Arjuna, the process was gradual. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 18 chapters, right? Otherwise, it would be one chapter and finished because he surrendered and now it's done. No, it's 18 chapters because, we have these different layers of what surrender is, what we discussed today. So, yeah, Prabhupada, he said once, you know, you can, 1 second, right? He said that, no? 1 second you can, 1 moment, 1 minute, something like that. Yeah, you can surrender. I would say it's an individual process, but for Arjuna it was also a gradual process, but once he had a certain experience, then he had an aha moment, you know? And slowly things opened up and then it went by itself. So, flow with the process. Let surrender come to you.
Yeah. The Prabhupada was asked this, how long does it take to surrender to Krishna? And he would say, 1 moment! Yeah, that's 10 seconds. Yeah? Thanks. Something I absorb.
Thank you so much. Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kalika. We have Parivida Prabhu today with us. Thank you so much for coming. We're having Gaurarati now. Would you like to lead, please? Rudrani, we are ready? Yeah.
Amsterdam Sunday Office ki Jai Primanandi Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Distribution Marathon ki Jai Oh glories to the Son Oh glories to the Son Oh glories to the Son of the Lord Oh glories to the Lord Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Jai
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for coming and participating in our Sunday Feast Festival. Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's start by thanking Race Chitralekha Mataji for the wonderful very interactive you like this Chitralekha, so I'll be telling Raji to sing it if you want every month maybe, so every week. Thank you so much. Thank you all also for coming and being a part of this Sunday Love Feast. Please raise the hand if you are here for the first time. We have a gift from Srila Prabhupada's side to you. I request Parivida Prabhu to kindly give. Stephen, can you please pass the books? All of them. Gita. Give it to Parivida Prabhu so he can give it to the. So, those who are coming for the first time, if you are a family, you will get one Bhagavad Gita and one small book, okay? If you are alone, you just get Bhagavad Gita. If you are a family, you get one Bhagavad Gita and a small book. So please raise the families first, one person from the family. So Parivida Prabhu will give you Bhagavad Gitas now. It's auspicious.
Your family. Does that count?
So they get one Gita and one small book. Haribo! Yeah. Okay, somebody else here? First time? Okay, there is a Mataji there. She gets a Gita. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Anybody else first time? Yes, here? No, Gitas, yes. Maybe more Gitas? Yes.
One.
First time there is a Mataji there also, Prabhu. Pravida, Prabhu. There is a Mataji there. It's a Gita. Yeah. Thank you so much. Anyone else first time was here? Doesn't seem like.
First time in this one.
Oh, we have, yes! We have her name Ananga Manjari Mataji. Baby born. 2 weeks old.
Yes.
She just got initiated by His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. She is back as Ananga Manjari. We blessed her. We sent her to Vrindavan. She got blessed by Maharaj and coming back as Ananga Manjari. Blessings of Balaram. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. We really hope that your commitment to School Amsterdam becomes so much more now. With all the blessings from Balaram. Is Prajalati going to give you a mantra also? Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Today's Sunday feast is sponsored by Rupal and Manik, because we have one more newborn in the community. That is the sister of Vidya. So I'm going to quickly show you. They're supposed to come today for the Sunday feast, but the baby is not very well just today. So I'm going to do a screen share quickly, and you will be able to see. I need to turn on my Wi-Fi. Seems like visible. Okay, smart view. Yes, here. TV start now. Okay, so can somebody click allow? Yes, please click yes in the center button. Yes. That's coming up.
Now that's galaxy now. We're going in a different universe now.
It's correct, right? Oh.
Big transcendental.
We are connecting.
Nagaraj is galaxy.
Whole galaxy.
Really?
Whole planet.
Okay, finally we're here.
Oh.
Yes. That's the baby. Oh. Here.
Yeah.
Here.
I don't even notice me. How visible.
That's the baby. That's Gauri. Gauri is sponsoring our Sunday feast today. We have a big feast today. So the cooking was done by a group of devotees. Achal Mataji, Ganpati and Bhavyaka and Lakshmi Mataji and who else helped us? Sachin Prabhu and who else?
Neelam.
Preeti and Neelambar. Yes. So thank you for again being here today. As usual, we end with Vrindavan meditation, but before that I want to make a very important announcement. Coming Friday is our Gita Jayanti. Today Chitralekha was telling me, she was telling about this festival, Gita Jayanti. Preeti is reading. Hare Krishna. So Friday, we start the recitation of entire Gita starting at 3 o'clock in temple. We'll be reciting entire Bhagavad Gita. In around 4.5 hours we finish. So if you are here at 3 o'clock, you will get to study Gita with us. And we read in Sanskrit and English. So around 6 o'clock we take a quick break. And then like 15 minutes and then we resume again. So around 8:30 we plan to finish, or 8 o'clock with Prashadam. So please come and join us. This is the day on which Bhagavad Gita appeared in this universe. So it's our chance to show Krishna our gratitude by just taking this knowledge of Gita. So we end with
And it is also book distribution month.
yes, is the month of book distribution. Okay, let's actually many devotees here. So if you want to be a part of our solid distribution scheme of when our the Manjari Mataji, Chitralekha, and Triveni and Yana, they all go on the streets. They distribute books to people, Gitas to people who are not really perhaps coming to temple. They create Sukriti for them, they create knowledge for them, they create blessings for them. If you want to be a part, maybe you're not able to do it yourself. If you want to do it yourself, you can also collect Gitas from us. Otherwise, you can donate to temple, and we will arrange the books to be distributed through our Sankirtan team. So please approach us if you would like to sponsor 10 guitars, 50 guitars, 100 guitars, 1000 guitars, whatever number you want to do. Yeah? Please let us know so that you can also be a part of success and get hugely blessed by Krishna, Krishna Prabhupada, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this, we have done a meditation on this before. Quick guess, what is the place? Okay, this is Radhakund. But what we are going to discuss today is not about Radhakund. I am inspired by Ramanji Mataji. Thank you. She told me yesterday that we should emphasize this, and I agree with her fully. Radhakund was not visible to human eyes before a very significant historical event, which is arriving of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally excavated Radhakund and Shamkund and gave it to the whole world. So we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Karnataka Gaurachandra here, along with Nityananda. They are none other than Krishna and Balaram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is none other than Krishna and Radha combined. So let us be grateful to our deities here, Shri Karnataka Gaurachandra. Why? We sing. Actually, you have your Magana? Yes. Hare Krishna. So we do a quick meditation on Vrindavan. Imagine that you are sitting on the banks of Radhakund. You close your eyes if you want. And we sing. Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jaya Jaya Shri Radha. One last request, if you are inspired to contribute to our mission, please come and meet me outside for any donations. Otherwise, the mission is Vishadam now. We have a big feast, so you need to be a bit patient because a lot of items are going to come. So sit down, enjoy our Sunday love feast, and see you next Friday. Thank you so much. Bhagwan ki jai.
Excuse me. I just want to ask you about my daughter.
Please take lines. You want it down in lines. Trouble is this side, Mother is this side.
Je hebt hem al de school afgedaan. Oh, ja, super anders hè. Ik vind het nog wel leuker in het Engels eigenlijk. Ja, Engels gaat gewoon meer van je af. Dus dan is het wat minder jij en wat meer. ik heb altijd, ik ben gewoon in het Engels op Engels en wat ik hier maar doe. Natuurlijker of zo, om die te zijn in het Engels.
I want to say something regarding class and a question how you sit there for years. And the reason is because she was describing that she was eager to be a perfect. This and that enthusiasm. If you want to become successful either in material or spiritual life, the first thing you need is enthusiasm. And then to endeavor to go through obstacles and persevere, and then to learn from others who are successful, how they do it and follow in the footsteps. That is the way it's expressed.
There's nothing.
So,
I need to know.
enthusiasm is the most important.
Jessie.
Ik dacht even, je zegt maar dat.
Nou, ik weet niet. Ik had die niet gezien.
Nu heb je extra.
Kom hier. Ja, stop maar. Just put one on any plate. Any plate. Nou, hij mag verder. Kun je ze vragen?
Hij mist die ook.
Dat is alles te serveren.
Maar de laatste one.
Je weet hoe dat is op deze lijst.
Ja, doe eens even. Doe het goed.
Doe je nou extra.
Ik heb een punt 2 nog.
Ik denk dat het niet is.
Oké, spannend. Oké, is goed, ja.
I thought you took 8 dents on nails. I thought you took 8 dents on nails.
If I took some, it looks like it, huh? This is only 2, this is not 3 done, this is 2 done. From
Ja.
I mistook some product. I think I will just abolish this. I better.
Italians that see each other many times, but I didn't know that he was Italian. You know, that was, and then someone
oke, dan is goed. Dan komt het goed uit. En dan komen jullie even toch nemen.
Ik dacht, oh nee, het is gewoon, mooi zo, weet je wel. Maar, ik kan het zien, maar het is zo schoon, zo schoon. Heel mooi. Nee, ook niet. Ja, maar nee, wat is jouw naam?
Waarschijnlijk bedoel jij
Gauchala. Ik was daarbij.
Ik weet niet meer precies hoe je het zei.
Jakjo? Ja, dat gaat niet.
De redirector's black.
Dus op 300 allemaal van lokale markt? Kan nog? Iemand dat je binnen?
Dat is juist het hele
नहीं आज राम चंद्र जी का विवाह है ना
विवाह जी टुडे Vanda is also vrouwdag van Sitaram. Vrouwdag van Sitaram. Vandaag ja. Speciale dag. En ook Serious Day of Banki Bihari van Vrindavan. Ja, de cijfers geven.
Ik heb het verhaal niet. Dus dan
Ja, een droom werd verteld waar hij is.
zien als we daar wil je dat de chef maar weer gevonden
Can I get in a cup or something?
Hoe heb je die bestrijding weer Hoe heet het puntje? Van die body.
Ik ga nog steeds meer realiseren. Eigenlijk alles in
Samengevat in de zaal. Heel lang uit, hebben 300 mensen. Speel er mee. 312 houden we ja, dat duurde ook inderdaad lang. Maar er waren totaal, dus niet allemaal waren verschillende soorten programma's. Daarvoor, een paar jaar geleden. Mijn zoon. Waar is het van Bajani? Waarvan niet? Dit is Street van Borgen.
क्यों नहीं? नहीं? Sandal? Mutton sandal for you? No. Your plate is empty. तुम्हें नहीं मुझे sandal? Have it. Shall I okay? Yeah? Happy?
Uit het outfit, maar dit is ouder dan dit. Ja, wie was derde? Zij is tweede.
Usually I do take one right.
Ik heb een flesje.